All right, can I just say this is one of the best gifts I have ever received ever. Random, but I just had to point that out there. All right, so the reason why I haven't been able to upload that often, or at least recently, is because I've been sick, dealing with school. Then I actually got sick, like a really bad fever. And then after I was done being sick, I lost my voice. After I lost my voice, I got sick again. It's been a lot. My throat still is very sore, but I'm fighting through to make this video for y'all. So it is what it is. I feel like I've said that before. Recently, I saw IGN tweet something about a best video games of all time bracket, but they're not releasing their scores until September 29. And I'm like, what's the point in that? So you know what? I decided to give my own controversial takes on what I think are the best video game of all times. Like I just said, man, it's going to be my opinion. So please try not to be upset in the comments. I know people are going to be upset regardless. If you have your own opinions on this that you'd like to share, please feel free to leave them in those same comments, because I'll probably read them and we can respectfully have a debate about that. Now, before we start, I want to let you know that this is actually going to be a two-part video, because if I make this all in one go, it's just going to be a very long video. So I think it's better to chop it up into two. We're going to do the first round between all of these and the second round. The second video will have the third and fourth. Make sense? All right, let's go ahead and get into this. This video is not presented by Hulu Live TV, so you can leave that part out. So first, we're starting with Red Dead Redemption and Borderlands 2. I'm gonna be honest, I never played Borderlands ever. It never really seemed like my kind of thing. But I never played Red Dead Redemption either. But it's always been something I've been willing to try, because Rockstar is always on fire when it comes to their games. And I was actually gonna get Red Dead Redemption 2 very soon anyway, so I'm gonna have to give this first one a Red Dead Redemption, man. Oh boy, I can see this getting worse and worse. Next, we got GTA San Andreas versus Mario Kart 8, and I'm gonna pick GTA San Andreas because Mario Kart, I'd say don't at me, but you're probably gonna do it anyway. Mario Kart doesn't take any skill. After I saw that one video of Mario Kart,
bruh, 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 bruh.
that video, I'll be danged if something like that happens to me. I'll never play that game again. No sir. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic versus Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Maybe if I was an early 2000s gamer, I would have picked Tony Hawk, but I'm not. I was born in 2001, so yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Knights of the Old Republic, and it's getting a remake soon, so hey, we got good things coming. Fallout New Vegas versus League of Legends. I'm not a League player. I'm just gonna say that right now. I'm not a League player. I'm not a World of Warcraft player. None of those type of games. They're not my thing. And Fallout New Vegas is a fantastic game, so I'm picking that by default. What are you talking about? I'm sorry. World of Warcraft versus Fortnite. Listen, y'all heard what I just said. I'm not a World of Warcraft player. All right? And let's not pretend, okay? In 2018, Fortnite was the biggest game. All right? That game blew up. Then all of a sudden, on January 1st, 2019, everyone suddenly hated Fortnite. I don't know what happened to it. All of a sudden, that game's on like a bandwagon where it's cool to hate it. I don't hate it, but I will say I haven't had as much fun with it as I did when it first came out. I still don't know where all the hate comes from. I don't think it's a terrible game. I don't even think it's a bad game. I just think, oh, well, some people think since a lot of kids play on it that it sucks. I don't know. A lot of kids play on Call of Duty, and Call of Duty's still thriving today, so I'm gonna have to pick Fortnite, but not because I'm a fanboy of it or anything. I just don't like World of Warcraft. Now we got Chrono Trigger versus Burnout 3. I've never heard of either of these games, but I'm gonna pick Burnout 3 because it has 3 games, maybe even more. So I assume it's a more beloved franchise. I don't know, I've never played them, so I'll just go with Burnout 3. COD 4 versus GoldenEye 007. Come on, it's COD 4. One of the greatest CODs of all time. I don't even play COD anymore, but If you're putting Modern Warfare, the original, come on, man. Now we got Journey versus Dishonored. Journey is a phenomenal game. It's very short, but it's sweet, and it's very soothing, I guess, are the best words I can use to describe it. So I'm gonna go with Journey. I haven't played Dishonored, but I would more than love to get into it. I did when I was a kid, but I'll be honest, the only reason I ever wanted to get into that game as a kid, Dishonored, was because I thought the cover art was so cool. That's literally it. Portal 2 versus The Sims 3. This is gonna be another controversial decision for me because, listen, I grew up on Xbox. I actually have a baby picture of me where there's a PlayStation 1 in the back, but I don't remember playing it like that. If I did grow up on PlayStation, I probably would have played Portal 2, but I didn't get that. I had the 360.
What?
I don't think Portal 2 was on the 360. Maybe it was. Maybe I'm completely wrong.
The Sims 3, I used to play that with my sister religiously. Great times, great memories. So based off of nostalgia, my memory bank, I gotta go with Sims 3. Next we got God of War versus StarCraft. God of War. We got Sid Meier's Civilization 4 versus AC4. Come on, AC4, man, I'm sorry. I've never heard of this other one, so Black Flag it is. Ocarina of Time versus Skyrim. I'm not the biggest fan of either of these games. Again, I told you these are my opinions, but I'm still gonna pick Skyrim because I respect it as a classic, and it's known as one of the best video games of the 360 PS3 generations. And maybe I don't appreciate it as much because I came to this game late. I came to Skyrim very late. Maybe one day I'll be able to fully appreciate it. Moving on. We got BioShock versus Overwatch. I'm an Overwatch fanboy and I don't know much about BioShock except the developers like to chirp on Twitter. So go with Overwatch, definitely. Minecraft or Fable 2. I probably would have had a bigger argument with myself if it was Fable 3, but I never got to play Fable 2. And Minecraft is a very great game that I love to play with my friends. So definitely going with Minecraft here. The Witcher 3 versus Diablo 2. I don't like any of the Diablo games. Not that I've played them, but I've seen them and they don't seem like something I would enjoy at all. So The Witcher 3, hands down. Plus it's a very, immersive game, in my opinion. Doom versus Inside. I don't know. Well, wait, yes I do. I do know about Doom. I know a lot about Doom. I'm picking it over Inside because I don't know what Inside is. That's what I meant to say. Super Mario World versus Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm gonna have to go with Smash Bros. On this. Cause it's Smash Bros. Come on now. That game has everybody hyped with their new trailers for the new characters. Not as much as before, but that game has a special place in most kids' heart because, it's that competitive nature of it and seeing your favorite characters duke it out. Man, Smash Bros. Is classic. I miss Etika's reactions to all the new characters that were being added. Dang, I miss that, man. Great YouTuber. Moving on, we got The Last of Us versus Metal Gear 3. The Last of Us strictly for the story. I gotta give it to The Last of Us. Ellie and Joel are characters that will forever, have a spot ingrained in my mind. So gotta go with The Last of Us. Halo 2 versus Mass Effect 2. Gotta go with Halo 2. Without Halo at all, there would be no Mass Effect. Come on now. Mass Effect 2 is a great game, don't get me wrong. But Halo was an amazing game. It paved the way for a lot of first-person shooters. So, nah, that'd be disrespectful to pick Mass Effect over Halo in this situation. GTA 5 versus Uncharted 2. GTA 5. Uncharted 2, I never got to play, but I heard it was the best Uncharted yet. And it's GTA 5. As annoying as that game is now because they keep re-releasing it on 4 different platforms, it's still GTA 5. One of the best games of our generation, so come on now. Street Fighter 2 or Pokemon Yellow? Pokemon Yellow for me because I grew up on Pokemon and I'm gonna fanboy it to the very end. Plus, it's Street Fighter. I was always a Mortal Kombat kid, so. Super Mario 64 versus Batman Arkham City. Listen, I've never been a big Mario person. I did play the original Super Mario Bros, but that was about it, man. The other Super Mario games that came after it weren't really my thing. I was always a Sonic kid growing up, man. Batman Arkham City, fantastic game, fantastic. I love the Batman Arkham series, all of them, even Arkham Knight, even though a lot of people don't like that game because they say, oh, you know, the Batmobile's overused. Well, I can forgive that. The entire Arkham series is just great to me, man. I gotta go with Arkham City. Dark Souls or Shadow of the Colossus. If it's not Bloodborne or Sekiro, don't talk to me about Souls game, because I don't know. Demon Souls, Dark Souls, well, mainly Dark Souls. Demon Souls seems like it's pretty cool. Dark Souls isn't really my thing. There's nothing else to say. It's just not my thing. Shadow of the Colossus, at least the remaster that's on PS4 is, or is it a remake? It's always been something I've been looking to want to get into, so I'll go with Shadow of the Colossus. Half-Life 2 versus Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'm gonna go with Half-Life 2 because it's Half-Life. You know, this game has such a reputation for itself that, you know, people have been begging for Half-Life 3 for over a decade, and it's probably a game that doesn't even exist, but the game speaks for itself, man. I feel like it'd be disrespectful to pick a classic like Half-Life 2 over Rise of the Tomb Raider. I don't know. Super Metroid versus Apex. I gotta go with Apex. I never grew up on Metroid at all, so Apex was actually pretty fun when I played it. So yeah, one of the better EA games out there, but I still don't really play EA games like that, so We got Animal Crossing New Horizon versus Titanfall 2. You know, as far as Animal Crossing goes, that was like that one game of 2020 that blew up before what's it called, Among Us and Fall Guys and all of them. Before that, it was Animal Crossing. People wouldn't stop talking about it, and I feel like the quarantine played a really big part of that. I don't really have much of a history with Titanfall, so I'm gonna have to go with Animal Crossing, even though I don't really know it that well. So yeah, Animal Crossing. I just picked Animal Crossing over Titanfall. That's crazy. Half-Life Alyx versus Bloodborne, or Alyx, I think it's Alyx. I can't keep giving Half-Life passes. It's a classic, but I've never played it. And Bloodborne, I was literally playing that less than 24 hours ago. Bloodborne is my favorite Souls game of all time, and in my opinion, it's one of the closest things to like a perfect game to me. I would really recommend it if you're in for a game with a challenge. Obviously, it's a challenge. It's a Souls game. But if you don't know what Souls games are, try something like Bloodborne. I warn you, it's pretty difficult, but once you can learn to walk your 2 feet, you'll be just fine. It's actually pretty fun. Tetris versus Rock Band. Tetris. Man, Tetris is great. Hades versus Metroid Prime. I'm gonna go with Metroid Prime, even though I didn't grow up on Metroid, but Hades doesn't really seem like my thing based off what I've seen. And plus, Metroid Prime 4 is a game that's really being anticipated. I'm not sure why, but I'll give credit where it's due. Super Mario Bros. 3 versus Persona 5. I don't like either of these games. I'm gonna go with Persona 5 just because of its anime touch. Is it a JRPG, right? I don't know. Castlevania versus RE4. Definitely RE4, sorry. Sorry, Castlevania people, I don't really know that much about it. I know there's a guy whose name is Simon, or is that another game I'm thinking of? I gotta go with RE4 on this. We got The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild versus Final Fantasy VII, but it's the PlayStation 1 version. And that's exactly why I'm picking Breath of the Wild over the original Final Fantasy VII. If you were talking the remake, I'd more than be willing to play that over Breath of the Wild. Nah, I don't really feel like playing the original, sorry. All right, so that's all of the I guess preliminaries. If you need a link to this bracket, I'll leave a link in the description for the post itself. I know not everyone's gonna agree with my decisions. That's fine, but keep it in the comments and keep it respectful. Any content creators out there can feel free to make their own videos. I hope you guys enjoyed nevertheless. Leave a like, subscribe, and hey, part 2 coming soon. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.